Welcome back, everybody. We had a unexpected short live stream earlier today. Just got home, feed little poo. He's all happy now. He's laying in his bed, and I am extremely tired. I just spent a lot of time playing around with the forge, and then I had it almost perfectly done, and then I broke it. Yeah, you should always, if it's nice, don't try to make it perfect. That's when it broke. That's when I broke the piece of work that I was working on, which is very unfortunate. Stonewolf Outdoors. Hello, Curtis Miller. Yeah, the laptop battery decided to really piss me off, and so did the workpiece. It kind of broke, so I'll have to try out that again. Next time, I'm going to use a piece of material that is already at the specs that I would like to have it to start working on it to make the object that I want to make. I have to shape that piece, and that was kind of stressful. So I'm going to look around for some fitting material tomorrow when I'm at the show. I'm going to try again. Let's go. It's been a long day. I'm super tired. Thought I check in here with you guys one more time for a little bit, and then we hang out for a half hour. See how long this goes. Since it is Thursday, that's our live stream day. I did manage to make a really nice figure the other day. This is my first one I tried. Kind of Vanessa kind of confiscated this one. So that's cool. I want that. Really have it. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's laying here on the table. A couple days left to be back. I think 12 days. It's the 21st. Today is the 9th. So, 9th, 12, yep, 12 days. I'm counting down. Yeah, so that was pretty exhausting. As that little piece of work, it was, spent like, what's it now, 10 o'clock? Spent 3 hours on that little piece of work. And you have to wants to come up here, and his beard is soaked with, when he goes to drink out of his water bowl, it's like he drinks a liter of water and the rest of it's in his beard. And he comes up here and he slobbers all over me. Cool. Hello, Nick. Welcome back. Yeah, earlier, a little catastrophe there. The battery died, and shortly after that, I was working on the piece there on the armory. Yeah, it broke. Glad you guys didn't get to see that. I guess that wasn't too bad that you guys got turned off before, but it kind of was very disappointing. I had to work on that for 3 hours, but enough of that. That was. I'm going to go tomorrow morning really early. I have to go get the trailer. I have to load some firewood. I still have to start a little fire in the fireplace there. And I'm going to hit the bathtub, I think, tonight. I'm going to soak because my hands are stained with that coal. That stuff does not come off nicely. Yeah. Yeah, like what else could we? I was thinking about making a little knife or something like that, but those things take more planning. And since I have a very nice idea for a video this weekend, I'm going to be writing down all the details on what I'd like to. Oh, my pants is disgusting. I'm crawling around on the floor, sweeping corners all day. I'm tired. I fall asleep on this couch right now. We have our tinfoil helmets. That's pretty cool. Yeah. All right, let's just see what we got here. Dash 5257. Welcome back. Just waiting for everybody to kind of roll in here. A couple people missed the stream earlier. I think it was S. Dellinger was trying to make it. He always misses his streams. I guess the schedule is really off where he's at. Really tough. Or notifications is really being in the butt, like all YouTube. Now, for some reason, it wouldn't let me log into my Restream account here. The camera refused to work. So we're just streaming over YouTube right now, which is fun. First, let's up this tire too. Okay, go get your toy. Yeah, Nick, and then in the end, I was almost finished, and then the battery died. I need to fix that. That's not an adequate battery life for live streaming. I have broke so many projects. Yeah, it was the first try, and I've never actually held or seen one like this, and I wanted to make a historical replica. So what I did earlier was I researched some of the historical findings, and I found the one from um, what's it, Gotland, Sweden. I really liked it. It was a simple design. It's just basically a flat piece of steel, split at the end, then pointed. Oops, but then that's like you're trying to cut the computer wire. Flat piece of steel, cut at the ends, and the ends then folded out and pointed and curled back around. And then the whole thing was twisted one time real nicely, and then it was folded around to a nice shape, which is pretty simple actually. All that was pretty simple. But yeah, so we're gonna try that again. We're gonna make a real nice one. Since I'm never satisfied with good enough, or oops, I have to try again. I really do. I thought it was gonna be nice, have to have a armoring that I made, but it's a little more tricky. I have to really start with the right material. I have to have a flat piece of steel and use the grinder, nice cut the same cut, and then have the same the right length. I have to experiment with a piece of string, what the right length would be. I'll measure that out before I even cut the steel, and then I probably can make, if one of them works out with the measurements that I got, I can make like 10 of them in a day. That's a job mostly for the gas board as well. Uh, I could throw 5 pieces of work in there and they don't melt. And with the cold forge, I really have to heat one piece of metal at a time and pay close attention to what I'm doing and looking over at you guys talking. And then I go back and my work is melted and that's happened before. KP Heathen, welcome. Yes. I didn't see you in the stream earlier. I don't know, maybe you were there. I was real busy trying not to melt the metal in my forge. This is a big thing. Tomorrow, I have a lot to do tomorrow. So I don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow. I'm trying to do 2 or 3 streams a week, which is pretty cool. I think I really enjoy that. I really enjoy having you guys along for all my little adventures. But work is really wearing me out. We're not really busy. It's a lot of tedious mind. I have to do a lot of thinking and brain work, and that really can wear you out. If it's a kind of a deal. So, oh, you was. Oh, yeah, that was at the beginning there. One of the first people that rolled in, probably. Because they were talking, yes, the conversation started off about a movie, and then I kind of lost it because then I was trying to focus on the details, trying to make that fine bend and point. Something really I've never done before, so I was trying to pay attention. But I think that I can get some real nice results with the gas board next time. I think so. Yes, so I'm invited to a really cool. I was just invited yesterday. I think I was just invited to a really cool party. One of the hunters that used to hunt here on the hunt that I used to be on. She's a real nice lady. She's having a Viking party, and she's invited professional chef cook, who is also a Viking reenactor, and the theme of the party is historically correct Viking age, whatever. So it's gonna be really cool. And I'm like the surprise guest, I guess. So I really have to play my part well. I really have to set a good example. I'm going to plan it. Since it's the 17th, the 18th next week, I'm going to be planning that out a little bit. I got to make sure I'm very historically correctly dressed. And I'm going to be walking over there. It's not very far. It's like right down the road from my house. So I can actually just walk there, which is really cool. Yeah, we'll see. I have to see how much fun that'll be. It's supposed to be like archery, but I can't imagine how much fun archery is going to be in someone's backyard. It's kind of see arrows flying through the fence and impaling the neighbors. I don't know. I don't want to be part of that party. It's like, oh, I'll just be walking home now. Goodbye. Wasn't that your arrow? We can keep it. That's funny. That's I don't know. We'll have to take a look. I went by there today, and she wasn't home, so I was gonna just check on to see what the what kind of scoop it is. I'd like to prepare a little bit and see if it's like just a little get together of people who want to think. If it's going to be more silly people than people that are actually really trying to dress up and do the right thing, the reenactor thing, then I'm going to go. But if not, then it's going to be like, I'll just come by and say hello, and then I'll go back, I'll go home. Yeah, we'll see. I always go into things like that with high expectations and get kind of disappointed. The same when I go to some of my favorite markets I used to go to. The one I just visited in the beginning of May, or was it the end of April? June? I don't know. It was what time, what day it was, but yeah, I think it was in May. The weekend, the 3rd of May, I think it was. So a little bit disappointed because the size was half of what it used to be. Half, half the reenactors weren't there. At least there is a huge field, and it easily goes on and on and on and on. And there was not even a quarter of that field. So I don't know. At lunch, I see. Okay. Yeah, well, everybody's got their schedule. I understand that. That's not a problem. You can't make it. You have to make sure that you're at work, so take care of that first. And it's my feierabend now. Feierabend here in Germany. That's it's beer time. You go home and that's it. No more work. That's feierabend. I have to scrub down. My fingers are disgusting. I have that greasy grime up on my fingernails that you take. I washed them twice already and they won't come off. You soak them with that, but I gave Cougar that today. He wouldn't too happy. It was the day before yesterday. Yeah, it was 2 days ago. It smells really good now. Every time we go out in the field and you see something he wants to go run and chase after, I'm like, no, you're gonna go run. You're gonna go roll in the poo poo. Or go dig up mice. He's a good boy. I like my little friend. What time is it here? The time is exactly 11 o'clock in the evening. That's, yes, 11 o'clock in the evening. Yeah, so it's about midnight. Um, so I'd like to get to bed. I have to get tomorrow morning, so I have the trailer hooked up. I have I have to do some outdoor maintenance at work tomorrow, like weed eating, and cutting some dead trees, and doing some facility maintenance on the exterior. So I made sure I took some of my professional tools with me. Yeah, the vegetable garden. Yeah, that's true. That's like the shop and the camp up there. I have the bees. I have all my crops to take care of as well. I have over 200 trees that I planted, so I have to make sure I look after those. I have 4 dozen blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, cranberry plants that I have to take care of, water. And I just recently planted three, four, I think three, no, one, three very large grape vines that I had acquired cheaply. And they're very large. I mean, they're 6 meters long, and I'm very carefully making sure that those roots can regenerate by watering them every day. I need to put at least 20 liters of water on those roots. I managed to pull one out really nicely, and I put it right in a tub, and I watered it right away. That one looks great. The leaves are already starting to lift and look really healthy. The other ones have kind of suffered a little bit, but I believe they'll come through if I keep watering the roots for the next 3 weeks or so, and then we'll let it grow and see how it can fend for itself. Oh my, your dog had puppies. Well, that's a positive thing, I guess, if you can afford to keep them in that case. But puppies is a nice thing. Enjoy it while it lasts. And uh, so I don't think I'm going to be awake too much longer. Probably going to throw some wood on the fireplace. We'll take a nice long bath. Sometimes I fall asleep into that till like 3 in the morning, and then it's like, oh, it's cold. I gotta get up. And I didn't drown. Yeah. I got some really cool books. I'm gonna show you guys these books. They're in German, but I like pictures. This is Kleidung, backwards. Kleidung des Mittelalters selbst anfertigen. So, and the clothes of the Vikings is the topic of this book. And there's all kinds of really cool pictures, how to make shoes. I'll show some of the jewelry, but then tell you how to make it. So you hear how to make a tunic, cut and measure everything, and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna be making these clothes this year. I need some clothes for the workshop that I made myself, and I need some really fancy clothes when I'm out at party time. Yeah, that's a pretty good book. I think I've owned this book like 5 times already, and somehow it keeps finding a new home. It's like, where's my book? I can't find it. And yeah, so I bought it again. And I bought this at Hedby, the museum. And it was like, I don't know, it was like 25 euros, which is like $30. It's not a cheap book, but it's a very good book to have. Oh, I'm so tired. And this one, Haitabu. Haitabu is also Hedby, the same place, except for nice pictures. So I like pictures. Yeah, it shows a little bit about how the trading routes were and what they found. Maybe the artifacts up close, like this drinking horn ornament that they found, a piece of it. That's just a piece of what's left of it. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Lots of pictures, glass beads and how they were made, some of the tools. Really nice. Yeah, if I read this book, I'll get all kinds of ideas what I'd like to do. Yeah, I've actually found a horseshoe like this before. I have it downstairs. I found a horseshoe like this. That's 1000 AD. It's about the day and age that horseshoes that look like that. I actually have one. I found it was very deep. Where did I find that? I found it around here somewhere. So I'm looking at making a spear. It's something that's really itching on my mind, and I haven't found a good picture of one with measurements, so I could have something to start with. So many nice things I could make. If the day had 50 hours, that would be great. And yeah, this is a good book too. It's heavy. They also, I think they had an English and a Norwegian version or a Danish version, but they were sold out. I don't think I got the one in German. I looked at pictures anyway. I got this book, and then I got the gods, the book about the Viking gods in German. I got that from Vanessa. She's interested in reading that. Wow, we got a lot of conversation here. We got, oh, Luke and Mum. The battery died earlier. Sorry about that on the laptop. Couldn't hook that. I need to get a better setup for that. This is testing tune, and I'm at the end of my budgets. I spent every dollar I wanted to spend. Everything I'm spending now is breaking the wallet. So I really would like to get solar on the roof and fix those water tanks. That's gonna be another $200. Fix $300, $400 to get that done. Get the water tank set up so that I have quite a bit of rainwater that comes down off that roof. I have a drainage ditch that I dug behind there. It holds about 120 liters. So I just know that because I manually empty it with the buckets. And each bucket is 10 liters. It's about close to 12 buckets every time it's full. That's a lot of water. Oh, that's pretty cool. Let's put that in. Yeah, I have Björn's first book in German, and I have it in audiobook. The first and second. He's got many, but the Viking Saga, I have the first volume in German, and I have also in German the audiobook, volume 1 and volume 2. It's something I really enjoyed listening in on the first one. And the second one, I have it downloaded. I have it, and I keep forgetting that I have it. So that might be something to listen to while laying in the bed at the Viking cabin. On my DeWalt box there, just listen. It'd be pretty cool. But yeah, it's my second language. I grew up in Germany, so I can read and write German, more or less. Yeah, sometimes the Germans are like, yeah, grammatics is very incorrect. And say, well, it's because I'm American, and you go, oh, uh-huh. Yeah, if I can read and write German and speak German perfectly well, so I grew up there. This is this is actually my home. They're like, well, don't you want to ever go back to the States? They go, what do you mean go back? I never want to go there in the first place. Why would I want to go back? This is my home. You know, as you grow up a place, and it's for me at least, from my perspective, this is my home. There's places in the world that are probably beautiful and awesome places to be, but I rather be at my home. Now I'm at one day. I'm one day at the. I drive a day to get to the north of Germany, to go to the ocean, to go see the museum, and the next day I'm already like, I'd like to go home. You know, it's just I've had enough of this. You know, weird places with weird people, and yeah, so it's good to be home. If that's not, I just like to be home, and I'm always out. I'm always on the road, and I'm always doing things and keeping my mind off of troubled thoughts. But in the end of the day, I do like just laying down and relaxing, and it's always like I'm always rushing, go, go, go. It's at a point where I'd like to take a break here soon. It's kind of wearing out. But I know work isn't going to allow me to do that. I have to do a lot of things at work this next week, and the can't. No, the weather is supposed to get really hot next week, which is 50-50. Not too happy about that. Don't talk to us for Florida. I'm just trying to make note of everybody who's here. And Greg, yes, Greg, hello. Welcome. Welcome back. We had a little pun with the battery on the laptop earlier. Didn't want to cooperate too long. I'm going to get a battery pack or something next time. Yeah, Lucan Moments with the accent. Some people even ask me, what part of the States are you from? I'm like, well, you have a real weird American-German accent. The bees? The bees, yeah, they do pretty good. I have one problem colony. Actually, not even a colony, really. It's more like it was a bee split that I bought cheaply from a local guy. I'm kind of insulted that I think I got ripped off a little bit. But for 40 bucks, I can live with that. And I'm going to, he's actually wrote me back today, so I'm probably tomorrow going to check the bees because I am going to be rearing my own queens this year. My nose is all stuck. And so I had to go in, and there's a couple of different ways you could do that. There's several ways you could do this. So what I decided to do is I have a really strong colony. They had a whole bunch of old frames that were kind of not so nice anymore, and I'd like to replace them with new frames. So I split that colony in half. One brood box with the queen and all the brood, and one brood box with some brood and some bees, and I split them. So there's two. And I closed off the one completely for one day. So the bees inside there, they began to go into panic mode. There's no queen. You need to make a queen. You need to make a queen. So they know now they're no longer part of that other colony. Something has happened, and they need to make a queen. And so you do that, and then you open them back up the next day so they can go out and collect pollen and water. And some of the bees will go back to their first colony, and a lot of them will stay in there because I don't have a second bee station that I could drive away. That's at least 3 kilometers away from the old bee station. That's how you keep those bees from leaving. You take the bees far enough away so that they can't go home. So they will stay with the location that you put them. So I have to put lots of bees in there and hope 3/4 to half stay. That usually works very well. And so what they're going to do, they're going to make a queen out of whatever. There's probably a couple of unhatched eggs that'll hatch, and those larvae are the perfect for making a new queen. They're going to start making a new queen, and I need to go in there and I need to break all those cells or remove them. And I need to do that again after 9 days. So after 9 days, all those larvae have exceeded the time, the cycles of their development to where they could become queens. So after 9 days, there are no more larvae in that colony that could be made into a queen. And now the colony is freaking out. So now I have a completely queenless colony that I have to, only, now you got me, oh, so tired. Yeah, so now I have a queenless colony that is absolutely hopeless to have a queen. And I have a frame that I have specially prepared where I can go in my favorite colonies and extract the larva with a little spoon and like microscope glasses and put these larvae in these little cups. And then I hang these on a frame. There's like 24 of them. So then I hang that frame in there, and the bees automatically see, look, there's all these larvae. We need to make queens out of all of these, and they do that. So you get like a 90%. If you're good, I've never shown you how to do that. I have all the tools. I just have to try. So the bees they'll rear queens. They'll make queen cells. They'll feed that larva. They'll take care of it, and then they'll cap those cells off. Once they're capped off, I need to cover the cells with these little, looks like those hair twister things and the curls. Yeah, that's what they look like. You push them over the queen cells, so that'll protect the queen when she hatches from all the other queens that hatch. So basically, she'll be in that cage, and you can remove that whole thing and then take it to a little station where you put a scoop of bees and a queen, and then you basically have these 25 miniature boxes with bees and a queen in there, in which you allow the queen to develop further. You let the queen. The queen eventually will be freed by the bees out of the cage. You put a little bit of sugar paste in there, and they'll get used to her and start to free her from the little tube there. Or you can, there's a couple different ways you do it, and then she goes on mating flight and comes back, and then you have a little miniature bee colony and a whole bunch of spare queens that you can use to replace your older queens before the winter, so that you know that your new season next year is going to start off with a healthy queen. Or you can keep them around the full season just in case something happens. So one of your colonies goes queenless for some reason, you make a mistake, have an accident, you push one of the frames or put one of the frames in, and you damage the queen or kill the queen, or the queen just happens to have left the colony with a bunch of bees, and you don't want to lose out on honey season. You're introducing your queen immediately, and you don't lose out as badly as you would. So, yeah, the bees are doing okay in short and long. So I'm really excited to try that out. That's a really big step for me, like a new thing this year, new experience. My email is, you guys can send me emails here anytime. Let me write that in here. There you go. That's my email. If you guys want to send me pictures, or that's also my PayPal address email. It's the same one that's in the video description under my PayPal. It's the same email address. Yes, Curtis, I did like Bjorn's book. It was very, I enjoyed the first one. The second one I have as well. I have both on first and the second one on audiobook. I haven't been able to finish it yet. So I'm really excited to get back into it. I have to figure out, it's on my Audible account somewhere. I have to figure out where it's at. Yeah, I'm on Coco 64. Only 90 subscribers left until I hit 3,000, and I'm going to be giving away that awesome axe that I made when I hit 3,000 subscribers or 4,000 watch hours. That was the deal. But I think it'll rust in the corner in my basement before I get there. It'll be like a pile of rust. I made it. Here you go. That's what you get. A wooden handle. Where's the rest of it? It rusted away. Yes, that's really funny. Yeah, Luke and Mom, you can send pictures there. Just in the video description, just let me know who you are, so I kind of don't open up everybody's, like a spam or something that emails that's improper. Just write your username from YouTube or something, or something, or content that I know it's you guys. Yeah, you send me a picture of your Hobbit house. That'd be awesome. I'd like to see that. A really cool project. I wonder how it's coming along. These are interesting to watch. Well, I got bees. I don't get stung all that often. The other day I did get attacked. I must say I got attacked because I must have done something to piss off the bees. And once one bee stings you, they leave a stress marker hormone on you, which is basically marks you as the enemy to all the other bees, and not just the bees out of that colony. Every bee that's within vicinity of them smelling that, and bees have an enormously, uh, extremely sensitive sense of smell, and so you go and do your next. You go do your next colony, and those bees are pissed off, and you don't know why. You just open them up. It's because you have that hormone somewhere. You got stung, or they sting once in a while. When I squish one by accident, it's not. You really have to. You're careful, and you pick the frame up, and you can't see the other side, and you just kind of touch the bee, and you can hear it, complaining, and then they come up and they fly at you and they try to sting you. Of course, you can be as careful as you want. You always get one here or there. What do we got here? Oh, Stone Wolf Outdoors. Congratulations. 30,000 views. That's awesome. Yeah, I remember when I hit 30,000, it was like, it was, I had one of those programs I had, this Video IQ. They sent you little emails when you hit little milestones like 30,000 views or 50,000 views or 100,000 views or stuff like that. They'll send you little certificates in the email saying, congratulations, you reached 100,000, which is pretty cool. That's awesome. You got 30,000 views. That's good. That's a good milestone right there. Yeah, hornets aren't bees. Bees only, honeybees, they will only sting you one time, and then the stinger rips out of their body and they die. So they don't really want to sting you. They'll sting you because they want to defend the colony, or you've really pissed them off, like you squished them, or the natural instinct of bees is to fly at your face. So that's one of the reasons I always wear my bee suit. I just don't understand how the beekeepers on YouTube, they always go in there. You have a bunch of these guys in Germany. Actually, a lot of them are actually women. Um, One of the biggest beekeepers here, she's Pia Aumeier. She's actually a professor, and her and her husband, they're like really big professional beekeepers and researchers. They just open the hive, and the bees are just, and they never sting her. I do that. I stand by my bees to watch them, and I always get hit in the face. They're like, incoming bot, and they sting me like right away. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not gonna open the box of bees without at least a face shield on. It's just like a face veil. So I don't know. Oh, One Coca 64. Wow, that's very exciting. A new knife, and it took you 10 days to get it. Wow, that's a long wait. I don't like waiting on cool things. Well, I'm very interested to see how that knife turns out for you. Just let me know on the next stream. Maybe you can send me a picture. Yeah, they sting you right on the head. They go for the face mostly. Um, yeah, but when you're working in there and you're pushing frames around, even though you're very careful, you put your hand behind or you put the tool. You always it's just you can't completely. It's always a hazard for the bees that there's going to be one or two get squished. And if you're really unlucky, you squish the queen, and that's one of the reasons you want to have spares and stuff like that. So that's a really interesting new skill I'm trying to learn this year. I'm trying out. A lot of professional beekeepers here at the bee club, they don't do that. They buy their queens from professional uh, bee, they breed them, certain species of honeybees. Well, that's pretty good, Luke and Mum, also, because I think YouTube is changing something for good. I had my subscriber count goes anywhere from plus 20 to minus 30 every day. So I don't know. Something's going on YouTube. There's a lot of action. So hopefully it all pans out for the good. That's that's really good. Stone Wolf Outdoors, 5,000 views. That's doing pretty good. Yeah, yellow jackets are evil. They'll sting you until you see. They won't stop. They also bite. They're also yellow jackets are also carnivores. Did you know that they actually hunt down dead animals or larger insects that are wounded or dead, and they'll eat them. Like they'll eat the meat. So it's really weird. It's one of the best ways to deflesh some old bones if you have something that you found in the forest, or if you've been hunting and you want to clean out like a boar skull or something, just go find a hornet's nest and hang it up right next to it. They'll clean that thing up like perfect. The only thing is they'll leave little teeth marks all over the thing. It's kind of freaky. Another really effective way, I think it's even better, is go find an anthill and just dig the anthill open a little bit, not to destroy the colony, shove the bones in there, put the thing on there. The ants, they'll love that meat. They'll go in there, they will clean that skull, pick bone dry, they'll pick it dry. And what's really cool about the ants is they're slightly acidic, so they're actually really that skull or whatever you put in there will be super clean. So you just need to get it back after 2 or 3 weeks so that the fox can get it. Usually I build a little like a triangular thing over the ant hills so that the people don't know when they mow the paths and walkways. That's usually where our forest ants live. They have these humongous ant hills, and we build these little pyramids formed out of chicken wire and some small wooden beams for roofing. That way, they mow around them and they don't destroy the ant colony. It's always good to have too. You know where your ant colonies are in case you have some bones to go get rid of some really cool, nice some bones that you want to make something out of, or just clean up and hang up on the wall. Oh, Nick, thank you. It's very kind. Yeah, I think ants is a better choice than hornets, but hornets are, an efficient. If that's all you got, they'll take care of it too. Yeah, the bones. I don't know. They carry the ants are like a super. Ants are super organized and super high tech. They have a graveyard. They have food storage. They have a nursery for their larvae. They have like a little military. They have a. It's really cool. Ant colonies are fascinating all on their own. How they function and integrate each other's needs and become like one big massive mind to complete the mission. And I've seen them do the craziest things, like build a bridge. Like a whole bunch of them will crawl up a really tall tree, and then they'll hang down like soldiers, like a rope. And then on that rope of ants, instead of crawl the way all the way up the tree, all the other ants go up the rope. Like they climb the other ants to the top. And then the other ants, when they're all done, the ant at the bottom will go up, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It's so cool to watch these ants do these organized missions, and it's like, how do they communicate? Which is so cool. Hmm. Yeah, I have some ants in the kitchen once in a while. They don't eat too much damage. The little tiny ants, they're not that bad. If you get the big army, the big black ants, those are trouble. You get them in the house, to figure out what the problem is there. Yeah, those yellow jackets. I usually swat them out of the air like this, and then I get them when they come at me. Those yellow jackets. I have no mercy for them. I had one stuck in my shorts once, and I won't tell. I won't continue the story. But I was not very amused. So I'm at war with those yellow jackets. No peace with them. It's stuck me in the shorts. That's not. It's actually funny today. We laugh about it. But, hmm. Yeah, I think ants are pretty well developed as a community. However, it'll take another trillion years to develop into any kind of space traveling civilization. I don't know what you could use ants for. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know all that much about ants, but they are pretty cool. All right, I'm getting really tired. I'm probably gonna end the stream here and go start a little fire in the fireplace. I'll get down and get some rest tonight. I'm going to get up early tomorrow, take the trailer to the metal recycling place, and see how full I can load it because they had some really cool material and a whole bunch of it, and it's different thicknesses from 4 millimeters all the way up to 16 to 20 millimeters. And some of those pieces are like 3 meters long, so some real nice stuff. Lots of good material for some small jobs or for some nice. I'd like to use some of that to hang up my tools in the shop, so it's gonna be really nice. All right, hey, I'm gonna get off the computer now. I'm really tired. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and yes, I'm gonna end the stream now. Like always, stay safe. See you soon. Yes, we had a good time today. The computer. Yeah, it was kind of stressful. Calmed down a little bit. Cleaned out, went home. Now it's time to go to bed. I'll see everybody next time. Take care.